All right, just real quick here. I had some guys wanting to kind of get a walk around to this Honda 400DX. Pretty sweet little machine. Kind of just give her a little walk around here before I get talking about it. All kinds of goodies on it. Pretty solid place to start. Is a pretty much. I could be more thankful as far as the graphics, the way they turned out. Unfortunately, the 400DX a little bit tougher to get them to fit on an aftermarket tank, as not a lot of companies make graphics. But I was able to make it work from FTR Power Sports. Ernie does a spectacular job. Really appreciate those. Seat cover is really nice. Gripper seat cover has the ribs in there. Nice, keeps you on the seat. You ain't sliding around muddy situations. They fit. They're great. He has seat covers for just about anything as far as any race quads. So that's kind of nice. They work really well. Let's take these off here. All right, here's down to the better stuff. Pretty much suspension-wise, just sitting on long travel motor-wash shocks. These are the ZPS MZRs. Which is essentially I have high speed, low speed compression adjustments. ZPS is zero preloads setup. So I have a really nice setup. Really great guys to deal with. They're just out of Minnesota. Really good shocks. Plush, simple, come set up for the most part. Really nice. Definitely check them out if you're looking for good suspension there. A-arms, unfortunately, Hauser's kind of getting out of the game here a little bit, but long travel 400X A-arms. Fortunately, I don't think you can get them from Hauser anymore. If I were to go new anymore, I'd get Texera Tech. They're good, tough A-arm, I believe. So that would probably be the next option, but these Hausers are, for how old they are, they hold up and they really take some beating. Couldn't be happier with them. Still an old school Elka linkage in there, Elka steering stabilizer. Which kind of nice, has the high speed, low speed adjustments, which a lot of people didn't like. I really like it. I have ran Precision in the Motowas. I like them as well. I had this one around, so I used it up. Up to the handlebars, last part of suspension. Hauser steering stem has the precision clamps in there. You know, it's kind of hard to see them, but you can tell they're in there. Precision clamps are nice. I've ran flex bars many years. I do like them, but the precision clamps gives you opportunity to clean the handlebars up, so it's not so crowded. Really nice setup. I like that. First year in hand guards. Usually I just ran like an end knobber that just kind of kept your hand on there. I like hand guards. It's nice. Glad I upgraded. Tires and wheels. This year I went to, this is a Razor XC, which is the front on these is just got a little slit in there, compared to like a regular Maxxis Razor. Pretty similar design. These here, I'd say, I don't know, I think they bite a little harder. Some people don't like them. Tires are kind of preference. They work good for me. I like them. The rears, I'm just running some Razor 2s as spares. These are both on DWT wheels. My usual race set would have been the same matching Razor XCs. And they would have been on OMF beadlocks, which are really solid wheel, really tough, take a heck of a beating, really nice. So that's the usual setup for tire wheel, but there's lots of combinations there. It's kind of whatever a guy likes. So there's that. We get down to the engine and the performance. We're talking, got a big 42 FCR in there, that come from Jet Labs. And once again, told them what I was doing to the motor, told them what I had going on, sent me a carburetor. I didn't even have to adjust it. I didn't have to pretty much do nothing. I adjust the idle a little bit, and the thing was jetted, ready to go, which is, that's insane. That's, to be able to pull that off is crazy. So couldn't be happier with that. Empire exhaust. This year's the Gen 2, which is kind of the octagon looking shape there, not round. Sharp look, really like it. Just the standard 12-inch can. Sounds good, performs well. Got the little silencer in there, just for the AMA stuff, just in case it ever gets that way. So really like that. Eric's a great guy, really good exhaust, holds up good, sounds good, makes good power. On the 400DX, it was probably by far my favorite. But I do see Ross here getting out there now, and wouldn't be a bad option, I don't think. Quick touch here, I forgot. Right down under here, it's kind of hard to see. This here is the Texera Tech link for the rear suspension. This is a rear end setup for like a 06 newer 450R. The reason I went that way is because more suspension link options. This is a smoother setup, real nice even geometry. Get that taillight plug up out of my way. Real nice smooth geometry. I don't really get that transition point in it that you do feel with some linkages. So really like this setup. Definitely 450R caliper on the rear. It's a lot better braking over a stock 400X. Makes a difference. On the front I got YFZ calipers, like an 0405 450R YFZ. Once again, that's a dual piston over a 400X being a single piston. So that's a big difference there, and you start talking braking. Braking's nice to have when you need it. The engine, there's a lot done to this motor. It's just a curler rod, stock stroke motor. It's nothing crazy in the bottom end. Heavy duty clutch springs just to handle a little bit more power we got pushing. 426, light and flywheel. The head is done by Rage. D over at Rage, he did a phenomenal job. Quick turnaround for me. He was a quick turnaround. I told him what I wanted, what I was doing with this motor, and he knew exactly what to do, where to cut and make it go, and this thing performs phenomenally. It really runs good, really pulls hard the mid-range, and I really like what he did. Currently I just have a stage 1 hot cam in there. I do have my permanent race cam will be a Tom Carlson cam. Tom makes a really good cam for once again that mid-range pull. Really good for you start getting into the woods and stuff, and you give her a handful. It's really smooth. It ain't gonna rip your arms off, but it'll move you. So really like that setup. So other than that, it's kind of just a basic walk around. Nothing insane. It's not a 450 by no means, but it it's fun to ride. Handles good, performs well, and definitely an eye-opener to most people. They don't realize what a 400X really is capable of doing. Favorite part about these over 450 is these things you can abuse. I mean, you gotta take care of them a little bit, but you can abuse these things, run them right to the dirt, and no matter what, they always start back up. You ain't sitting there wondering if it's gonna run. It's usually waiting on you to get back up off the ground and making you get up and go. So I couldn't be happier with the setup I got, and the help of everyone that made me get this far is great. Pretty much go through some sponsors, which I kind of mentioned. We got B&B, Precision Powder Coating, JSR, Moto, as we talked about. B&B, it's just a nice small little shop here in Wisconsin. Just a family-owned shop, really good work. Great people over there. I do a lot of racing with them guys. Really nice people. Precision Powder Coating. There's a couple businesses called Precision Powder Coating in Wisconsin. This one here's up in the Cornell, Wisconsin area. A really nice kid, really nice guy, does pretty good work. Unfortunately, this frame ain't powder coated by him. This one was a frame my cousin did many years ago. It's still holding up good, but yeah, he's a nice guy. I've had some stuff done by him. I really appreciate having him help me out. JSR Motor Designs, they do a lot of stuff. They do from hats, shirts, to usually Nerf bar nets, which as you can see on this side, I should probably be calling JSR and getting some nets on the way. But that's a later date. We'll get that done here sometime. Forworks, that's mainly the seat cover is the biggest thing there. Like I said, it's nice having a good looking seat cover that fits, and you ain't trying to make it stretch to fit, and it goes on tight and looks good, and it's awesome having them guys. FTR, awesome graphics. That's the biggest thing. Graphics. He's done posters for me. He's done racer resumes. He's done. He's went as far as like cornhole bag boards. He does decals for them. I mean, great guy. He'll do a truck, to four-wheelers, to anything he can get his hands on. He's usually happy to do. He did my t-shirts this year. It's just really good work. Good, pretty fair turnaround for being a one-guy shop, and really down-to-earth, straight-up guy. So FTR Power Sports, he's really nice guy. Empire Industries, talked about him. Eric, once again, really good guy. B&R Motorsports, he's a pretty big name. Fly racing, I run all the fly gear. I run the fly light, I think it was called. I was running fly helmets. Unfortunately, earlier this season I crashed, broke a helmet. Kind of the reason I haven't been racing much this year. I'm still kind of recovering from that. Concussions catch up to a guy fast. So that's kind of where I'm sitting there. I'll go over here on the rear fenders. I got some more. We got Wrath, which I run his bumpers typically. He don't make a lot for 400X, but I run everything I can. He's a great guy. Glen Innovations. Yeah, we've got some Glen Innovations stuff on here. My bad. Chain protection. Probably one of the most important things on any sort of race car at this point. I run the full K-Saver realm. Nice thing about these is it comes all the way down, eliminates that roller. Bolts in tight, protects your shift shaft, gives the chain one option in, one option out. It's pretty incredible how them bolt up perfectly. They don't obstruct the chain. You tell them what sprocket you're running roughly, and I mean they got it figured out. With a nice setup here to go with the 450R swing arm one. I had to trim her up a little bit to make it work in a 400X, but you know, it worked. I really like that setup. Keeps the chain on there, and if it does break, it ain't going through my engine. Same thing, rear guide there, right onto the axle. So if you're looking for solid, good chain protection, great owners. Between John and Kara, they're both really nice, really friendly people. They're more than willing to help you out. My 450R, I was running their fan motors, and I really liked them. I had a little bit of problems with them, but they were the first to jump up and admit a wrong, and they made it right. And it was, nowadays you get a company that does that is phenomenal. So I really appreciate them there. Back over here, you have Texera Tech. Talked about them. They do A-arms for lots of different stuff, linkages, a lot of different suspension stuff. They have some gusset kits, really good gusset kits. I've ran them before. Hedgehog ATV, it's another small shop up here in Wisconsin. Really good guys over there. Matt, he kind of does a little bit of everything. He is a recluse clutch dealer. I know he sells some of them. I bought some of that stuff off him before. He's a dealer for lots of other stuff, so definitely check him out. Spec Bolt, just some fasteners. Pretty good company. Nice to get some factory quality bolts. Precision, that's the handlebar clamps. OMF, that's the rear wheels. Really nice beefy wheels. And Fly, we talked about. Last but not least, we have Art Snowmobile and ATV. This here is a family-owned business. Been around for probably 50 years. It's new and used ATV, UTV, snowmobile parts. I mean, all the way back to the 70s and the three-wheeler stuff. And they got everything. It's currently where I'm actually working, which kind of makes it convenient for getting used parts on these. There's 400Xs all over. There's parts all over the place. So I got lots of access there. Really good guy. Really good business. We do a lot of stuff. We ship stuff all over the country. So if you need new and used parts for something, or curious, stop on in or give us a call. I mean, we got a website, there's Facebook. Check her out. So if you have any questions, just I guess throw some comments down below, and I'll see what I can do to answer you. Thanks.